Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today there's something I want to talk about, and it has to do with the Bismarck. Of course, a classic ship of this game, the Tier 7 German tech tree battleship, the one that people lust after for its secondary firepower that has been eclipsed by the many premiums that have been released since. But I want to talk about the camo we have on today because there's something a bit ridiculous going on. So, if you don't know, this is what is considered the Battle of the Jutland Strait camo. I'm forgetting the specific name that they gave it, but it was released along with a heavily damaged version for the Bismarck, and then a version for the hood that was a pristine and a heavily damaged hood camo. And when they were released, they were a mere 750 doubloons. A bargain. One that I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Like, for that price for this camo, you have to remember there wasn't any historic camos for this ship at that time. Awesome. Well, Wargaming being Wargaming, they have re-released the camo, except for a mere 4,000 doubloons. That's right. Just a 433% increase on a digital good. Good old inflation. And, that's not the whole story. Being a little selective with the facts there. If you go to Wargaming, what they'll say is, well, for 750, we only gave you a tier 1 camo. And for the 4,000, we'll give you a camo that is fully upgraded. And I don't know about you, but I don't think that that's really particularly worth it there, if you know what I mean. I think the value of the camo is in the coloring itself, not in the in-game effects, especially when you probably have plenty of camouflages to upgrade your ship with. So that just seems like a bit of a money grab. I'm a bit confused here as far as who decided to do this and why, because it doesn't seem to be the best idea. And to do that for all four of these like historic camos, a little sus there. Wargaming, inflation, I know has been a thing of the past. I just did not expect a inflation of 430% on a digital good in the year of 2025. Or I guess, is it a tariff? Is it a tariff on these? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so that's my little rant there that I felt like I needed to talk about because it's a bit ridiculous. Anyways, while talking about that, I decided we should also probably play a game in the Bismarck, take it out, see how it's holding up in the year of our Lord 2025. And as I kind of alluded to in the opening, Bismarck feels like it's in a bit of a weird place. It's fine, but its main gimmick, its main shtick was that it was this secondary focused battleship, and it's the king of the secondaries as far as the tech trees go. But you have Zeton out there now, which is also fairly strong. But overall, you look at it nowadays and you're just like, oh, the tech tree lines, the power creep has come for Bismarck, and you don't see many of them out. I'll be honest, if I wanted to play this hull, I think Brandenburg's probably my preferred vessel out of those. So you kind of get what you choose, and at this time, I think Bismarck, I would like to see a buff to Bismarck's main battery Sigma is probably where I'm at, just because I think it needs something to differentiate itself It needs something to make it a little more special, to let it stand out amongst the Bismarck Bs, the Brandenburgs, the Zetans, the various variants that are out there of those ships. It needs some love in this day. And yeah. Anyways, so we are what, 6 minutes into the match. We're pretty much tied. The enemy is still working on capturing A, and we have helped clear our side, and we are now pushing into the enemy spawn. They do have a York sort of protecting it here that we will need to be a little careful of, but our secondaries are going to do fairly well. And if we're looking at the map, there's a couple of things I'm keeping my eye on, right? We have the large number of the enemy ships kind of concentrating in that A area. We have the possibility of taking out maybe one of their battleships that is currently pushing in, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then the vast majority of the enemy ships, we do have a fairly decent angle in right now, depending on how they want to turn out. Of course, we are running Hyde as our commander, so we do have a little bit of accuracy built in to Bismarck right here. But, you know, I wouldn't count on it at all. We're definitely more built into secondaries, and that's kind of how I want to use this vessel at the moment. Anyways, I'm trying to capture D just to try to get these points on the board, prevent them from gaining points. We are tied currently on ships. We've been kind of flirting with this Gneisenau all game as far as trying to get shells into him, kind of putting damage into him. He's nice and broadside. We're going to sail out fairly broadside to him. Once we kind of get all of our stuff cleared, we'll go ahead and fire those shells and do an okay amount of damage with overpens, right? That's always how it feels, right? You're like, oh, this is gonna be a good hit, and then absolutely nothing. Anyways, secondaries are online. They're gonna start munching down on Gneisenau here, and we will just wait for our main guns to reload. We do kind of have to be cautious because if we look out to our right hand side as well, there is also another cruiser pushing in from over there. So while we are kind of pushing in aggressively, we do just need to kind of keep an eye on where he is. We don't want to give that Riga our full broadside, just because that Russian AP will absolutely chunk us for some pretty big damage, especially now that is a 3v4 fight. Luckily for us, 2 of their ships are these cruisers right here, and their Riga doesn't seem to want to assist the York, right? If I'm this Riga right now, I'm probably pushing around this corner, full well knowing that, yeah, I'll eat some secondary damage, but I have like a good couple seconds, a good couple salvos of several thousand damage that I'm able to do to me because I'm concentrating on that York over there. And now, because you know that advantage wasn't pushed, it wasn't seized, my main concentration is gonna be twofold. One, still getting this cap, you know, we are all tied up, but also now as far as enemy ships go, I'm hunting that Riga, right? Gameplay awareness is always important, and it's very important to remember. Try to kind of keep an eye on the minimap, understand what the enemy is doing, so that you can try to take advantage of things, see if you can get that extra damage when you can. Anyways, Scharnhorst has spotted us. I was hoping we could kind of prevent him spotting us for a little bit so that we could have gotten the cap, which we did. Now we get to push out. Riga is right there. And you see with us, decently angled, not fully, but, you know, decently angled. He does a pretty good chunk to us, and our secondaries are doing the work, which is exactly what we want to do. Interestingly, this Riga decides, you know what? Broadside is the way to go. And when you do that in a Russian ship, you're only going to hit the Citadel, and he goes down, very much helping our team over here. Very, very much coming in clutch for us, as now we only have to worry about this Scharnhorst, and we can kind of just slowly kind of cruise on out now that our secondaries are engaged on the Scharnhorst, and start just kind of ticking away the damage as we can. We do have basically our lone cruiser up at B, up against this full health Iowa, and then it's myself and another battleship down here. Thankfully, we are able to kind of assist with the Iowa right here. Just lob a shell, see if we can get some damage. You know, every little bit helps, even if the Iowa is at our maximum range, and therefore we're probably going to hit, like, splash at the waterline. But that's okay, damn it. We're helping, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Anyways, Scharnhorst, you know, I think he's trying to figure out how he wants to angle to the two ships. Us being a German battleship, I think he's like, well, chances of his guns being accurate aren't that great. I don't know if that's what was going through his mind here, but he goes somewhat broadside, and we are going to be able to get a couple of good chunks right here. Our rear gun's not able to shoot through the island, but then he comes over into this gap right here, and that's all we needed to go ahead and pick up the high cal and finish off the good old Scharnhorst. And that leaves one ship remaining, but unfortunately, I don't think we are going to end up winning or end up getting the kill for the Kraken. Instead, our cruiser is going to use his one lone torpedo, and by that, I mean he is just going to go full speed ahead and take out the Iowa to end the match. But guys, that's the Bismarck. Like I said, I mainly want to talk about the tomfoolery of what's going on in the shop, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, if you like videos like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.